Welcome to Booze Free with Becca, an old school drinker who woke up in her 50s only to discover there is life after the bottle. I'm your host, Becca Jacobson, and this is one girl's opinion on why we should get sober and how to do it. I offer stories, solutions, options for recovery, and inspiration and motivation for women in the second half of life to put down that bottle and start living. If you're undecided, I'm here to convince you to take the leap, and I'm here to help you along the way. Listen, gals, we've wasted enough time, so join me and my group of amazing women on the thrilling road to recovery. I'm determined to bring as many of you with me on this journey as I can, so let's get to it. Hey there, gals. Welcome back. Today is September 13th, 2023, and tomorrow, September 14th, I'm doing a webinar, and you're invited. So if you happen to be hearing this today, make sure you come and sign up. It's at 4 p.m. Pacific. It'll be 2 hours. It's going to be a lot going on because I have a lot to share with you, but a lot to be learned. And the webinar is, I've called it the moderation webinar. I'm going to show you my 7-step freedom framework. But the fact of the matter is, whether you're trying to control your drinking, so moderate it, change the way you drink, or whether you're trying to quit drinking, the process is actually the same. The process is the same. I mean, obviously, in one case you don't drink, and in another case you control your drinking, but how do you do that? How do you make a decision to do that and then stick with it? That's the same. It all requires accountability, community, coaching, engagement, all sorts of things like that. So whether, it's not just a matter of making a decision. If it was doable, then that's what we would do. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. There would be no such thing as treatment centers. There would be no such thing as coaches and counselors and communities and AA and all of those things if we could just do it. So, and we need the same type of support if we're deciding to control our drinking. I have at least one client in my group who has not quit drinking. She is controlling her drinking, and I know that she's being successful because she's in the program. So if you're not sure which of these you need to be doing in your life, then you should come as well, because I'm actually going to spend the first 30 minutes or so giving you 10 questions, very important key questions that I have carefully, there's a lot of questions we can ask ourselves, a lot. And I have looked through them, tested them, many, many questions, and come up with these 10 key questions that we need to ask ourselves. But then it's also the way we answer them. We need to know how to look at the way we're answering these questions to then come to a decision in our lives whether we need to be quitting or moderating, whether it's safe for us to, try and continue drinking. So there's a lot to this, and I've given it incredible amount of thought and testing and practice with women in my life and myself, and I'm sharing it tomorrow. Yeah, 4 p.m. Pacific. So it's a free webinar. So all you got to do is just sign up at the link in the show notes, and you're in. So, and then, that's the first half hour or so, maybe 45 minutes. And then after that, I'm gonna talk to you about my 7-step freedom framework, which is exclusive and is mine. I created it after a lot of education and personal experience and trial and error and pain and suffering, and I'm very, very proud of it. And it's something that I use with the women in my world, although if they're listening, they might be going, really? I hadn't heard of that. Well, the fact is we're using it, but I just happened to just give it a name recently. The framework is there. It's what we're doing, and it turns out that it's basically 7 steps, and it leads to freedom. right? So I'll talk to you about that. So yeah, you're welcome to join me, and let's get this could easily be the beginning for you. If you're struggling, you're not sure how to get started, then just hop in the webinar tomorrow and let's get you started, because we have to start somewhere, right? Now, that for me, that was the thing, right? I had to get to a point of being willing to start. Now, I kept saying year after year after year, I want to start. I want to do this. I want to start. And I tried all sorts of things. I tried, you name it, I tried it. I'm only going to drink beer. I'm only going to drink on Fridays. I'm only going to drink in a full moon. I'm only going to drink when my dog is licking her paws. I'm only going to, I came up with all sorts of plans. The problem is that all of my plans were in my head, and that, of course, leads to failure, because I'm just going to do it. I'm going to come up with a plan in my head, and then I'm going to do it. Well, how well that works. It just doesn't. It just doesn't work. One of my colleagues in this space who works with professionals and helps them to get sober, his numbers indicate that about 5% of the people that he's seen come through his program, he's been doing it for years, about 5% of people can actually succeed on their own. That's not a very good percentage, right? It's just not something that we can do on our own, and hundreds and thousands of people have found that to be true. So jump in and get the help that you need. And the ironic thing about alcohol is that 5% of us can do it alone, and yet that's the story we tell ourselves. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. That's what kept me at it for till I was 52, right? Because I kept saying that I can do this. Why? Of course, I don't need help. Leave me alone. I can do this. So, and it just so stubborn. I was so stubborn. So I finally had to get to the point where I had the willingness to say, no, I need to start this. And that's the opportunity that I have for you tomorrow, September 14th. 2023 at 4 p.m. Pacific. So just click the link in the show notes, pop your name and email in there, and you'll get the link, and off you go. I'll see you tomorrow, and that'll be awesome. Okay, take care. Thanks for popping in today, and I will see you tomorrow either way, because I'll be here and then I'll be in the webinar. And remember, I'm always rooting for you. Bye for now. Thanks for listening, gals. And don't forget to join me on Facebook or Instagram. And you can leave me a review, you can follow me, you can subscribe, you can share. And I'd love to hear from you at becca@recoveringwithbecca.com. Bye for now.